Did you make that?
Silent Hill TDS, J. Leo, Hitchhikers, check. I'ma spit fire and propane. Keep a little baggie of some veggies, your romaine. Zombie ass bitch tryna eat up the whole brain. While this bummy ass nigga still asking for more change. Get your taste buds lit, pop 'em right under your tongue. Lighten up a sharp strain, feel like it's chopping your lungs. Smoke another leaf to the head, feeling like Danny Phantom. Got a medicine jar in my car full of zany samples. Running with the factions when my rations getting low. Get down on the floor, blood races like I'm whipping blow. Shit show for show, I don't know what, just release and go. Can't hear what you're saying, this we too loud and you're speaking low. Johnny smoking haze in a blaze, I got heat to throw. Then I'm let the heater flow and send it to the heat below. Think it's a game, I pick the day before you let them roll. Think I'm insane, but from the start I never had control. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale of the moonlight? Have you ever laid with a demon with the flames by your bedside? Smoking the air, sipping on spirits, get the mood right, get the crew hype. Middle fingers to the blue lights, dancing on your grave while I gaze into the moonlight.
Rolling through the city, heart is empty, but I'm feeling frisky, knowing I can make it even though these niggas want it in me. Got some rolling papers and some bitches, yeah, we getting litty, feeling out of place. Fuck it, I got my niggas with me. We on a long road, smoking trees and bagging hoes. Love is faded, I'm jaded, consequences are never told. Running out of characters, the real me is getting old. Facing the facade, 50 shades, and I fall below. I'm on some new shit, underworld a new bitch. Your loose lips tangle you up, I guess this news fits. I do this, spitting some fire in F doom hits. The sun god bringing some light, now watch your mood switch. Hieroglyphs when writing scripts, now my stay but conquering. Conjuring some spirits in the valleys where they die and quit. Just a gladiator on a righteous tip, still sharp and steel, but I'm colder than the Arctic gets.
Ciao. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to another episode of I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl Edition. It's your boy Wild Kamar in the building. Episode 109. We are here. Of course, we got Nick Shine. Sorry, Nick. I didn't mean to put your gun out there. Somebody probably looking for you, man. You owe some taxes? Anyway, I'm going to bring Nick out in just a second, but let's get the preliminary stuff out the way. Y'all going over to the website, www.ifth119.com. Get all the information of every last social media platform we are on. Of course, if you're feeling real charitable, drop some little ducats in that Patreon we got on there. Cop some merch, I.O.W. merch, After Wonder merch, J.A.W. collection. Definitely go cop the I.O.W. network app in your respective app stores, Apple or the Google Play Store. That's available as well. Of course, that's the homie right there, Silent Hill, aka 40 Water. Him and J. Leo Pelmo Dividends. Go and show them some love, support on their YouTube page, as well as our YouTube page. You can see myself, Detroit Mail, and Nick on there. Big Nick, big homie. So come check us out. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube page, Facebook page, all that. A lot of sports to talk about. Of course, we had the Monday Night Football game. It ended up turning into a compelling game about fourth quarter. I ain't gonna lie, it was a snooze fest for the most part. But then 29-27 Steelers. I don't know. I'm thinking Patriots. Steelers get the win over Chicago Bears. But man, Nick,
you're welcome. I told you that game was gonna put me to sleep. I fell asleep for about an hour and a half, and when I got up, I think it was 20-6 or something like that. And I was like, all right, fuck this. It's what I thought it was. I put on Ray Donovan. And as I'm watching Ray Donovan, I took a look at the Bleacher Report Gamecast. And it was just as the Steelers kicked the field goal. And I'm like, all right. And then I saw Chicago hit 2 passes. I'm like, all right, let me exit Ray. Let me see what happens here. And then, man, did Steve Levy What a horrific call. That I get it.
That football wasn't even nowhere close. It's the angle he got. It's the angle he got.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when they showed the other angle, that shit
was like 15 yards short.
Line.
I think it was like 15 yards short. Did you hear Brian Greasy? He goes, "Oh no, that was way short."
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, Brian, you just gonna put your boy out like that?
He was obviously watching the monitor and not the field, because the monitor where it lined up with it looked as if it bounced.
It looked like it bounced back.
There was a playoff game there in 2006, Jets and Steelers. It's the infamous Doug Bryan game where Doug Bryan missed 2 field goals, or 2004, I'm sorry, with Herm Edwards. And Herm decided to take a knee with Chad Pennington, which lost a yard.
Yeah, and that was a yard short.
6-yard field goal, and it was a kick that hit the crossbar. And I'm like, there's no way this guy is kicking it 66 yards. And that's a horrible ball by Nagy, because you should know nobody can kick for length at that field.
I mean, bro, I'm telling you, Matt Nagy's going to coach his way out of there, man. That
and too. Like
I was looking at that. I'm like, Justin has the arm to get it to the end zone. Just make sure he got time. He'll get it there. And I'm like, why are you attempting a 66-yard field goal? Y'all don't have Justin Tucker. Justin Tucker is a Raven.
Tucker couldn't even hit from 60 at that place.
Not outside. Not in Heinz Field. First of all, Heinz Field is one of the worst fields for a field goal kicker.
Yes.
One of the worst.
Yes.
Like just the way that, for some reason, how they architected and built it, the wind, like it'll take your football anywhere in that field. Yeah. And Boswell is the only one. Yeah, the surface.
It's not like it's these new turf surfaces where it's a clean kick. It's like hitting a golf ball out of the deep rough, like the British Open. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. You in the bushes. You in the bushes.
Yes. Now, I mean, it's been around long enough. Like, I know this. You know this. How does an NFL coach not know this?
That's the thing. This is the thing that really trips me out with Nagy. He's going to coach his way out of that organization. But I'll say this, Corey, what's up, man? You said it has to do something with the water, because I know they're right by the Allegheny River, and it might be something.
I went out there in 2011 for the Jets AFC Championship. It's 50 yards away from the backside of the stadium where the scoreboard is water.
Now, Nick, I'm gonna ask you to put on your coach hat, because I'm going to play a couple of clips, and I'm gonna ask you some real questions that comes with coaching. Right. Now,
what you got?
So this happened in the game, and we know that the NFL has been making emphasis.
My coaching spectacles.
Yeah. Now I know that the NFL has been making this emphasis on, the taunting shit and all that, and they're calling it now. But take a look at this. It's going to play the whole play, and then it's going to go through the whole situation.
Roethlisberger somehow gets out of there, and now he's taken down. Cassius Marsh just elevated today for tonight's game. That'll go as the 3rd sack for Chicago. Gonna get off the field. It's 4th down.
Chicago just plays 2-man. Just watch how they lock up across the board. Everybody playing great man coverage. Safety's over the top. This is a coverage sack. Just watch how they lock up across the board. There's nowhere for Ben to go with this football. Nowhere.
At the conclusion of the play, taunting, defense number 59. 15-yard penalty will create a 1st down.
Oh, that's Marsh.
Unbelievable.
Marsh makes the play again, just elevated.
I didn't see it there.
No, I didn't see it there.
He starts walking towards the sideline, and he's saying something to the sideline.
Wow.
Wow is right.
I don't know, because the punter was running out, whether the official thought, but he wasn't even looking at the punter. He was looking at the sideline. He wasn't looking at the punter. He wasn't talking to the punter.
So I played that clip. So that's one egregious call. I think it's egregious. But the refs had a couple of missed calls, a couple of late hits on Justin Fields. And I'm looking at Facebook, Twitter, everybody's going in the hoopla because they're like, are the refs trying to job the Bears? But my question is to you, would you even consider that taunting first? That's the first question I'm asked.
So I didn't see this part of the game. So
yeah,
God's honest truth, it's the first time I'm seeing this. My gut reaction while watching it was when he did the spin karate kick. I thought they were going to toss it on that. And when I'm thinking to myself, I was like, everybody's got a sack dance. If that's his sack dance, he didn't do it in anyone's face, so they didn't call that. But that was my thought watching it, like, oh shit, here we go. I get the puffed out chest in somebody's face is taunting, and he shouldn't have walked towards their sideline, but this is the league that they want.
He's still 25 yards from the Steelers bench.
Oh, and I guess the punter coming out made it look like he was puffing. I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just going with what I see.
Yeah.
That's some shit.
That's a tough call. And
I take it Pittsburgh went down and scored on that and took the lead.
So here's the situation. That put them on fourth down. They were about to punt it.
Yeah, the punter was coming out.
Yeah, they were down. Bears were down 20-3. It's like 6 minutes left. So after that penalty, they end up go down and get another field goal. So now it's 26-20. But so it was a damning call. It was very a call that tipped the scales towards Pittsburgh's way.
Knowing what I know about the game,
yeah,
you don't get that field goal. Pittsburgh needs a touchdown on that final drive because
they're
down 27-23 instead of 27-26.
Yep.
That changed
the game. That's a game-changing call.
They'll get a fucking email tomorrow. Sorry, oops, my bad.
But that email don't do shit.
Exactly.
It don't mean nothing.
Exactly.
I'm with you right there.
That's a game-changing call. That literally changes the outcome of the game.
I'm with you right there, Corey. Justin Fields, he threw a pass, and literally the defensive end took like 3 steps, didn't hit him, and no flag, nothing. And Jason Peters is like, "Yo, what are you doing? Like, you just gonna let my guy get blasted?" And so here's the coach part of this question I want to ask. You see how the NFL is they're harping on this taunting shit. They're on it hardcore this year.
And they're also harping on not protecting young quarterbacks.
Yes.
They're only protecting you if you're proven.
They didn't protect Justin Fields at all tonight.
Zach Wilson got hurt on a play that should have been a penalty. Doesn't change the injury. But he got hit late and got hit low by Matt Judon. So it's a trend of if they're not proven, we can afford to lose them, which is pathetic if that's the mindset of the league.
Mm-hmm. All right, so here's the coach part of this question. How do you coach your team to not get into situations like this?
It's just like when they break down, when they cut down on any other or increase emphasis on other calls. You got to adjust your mindset. You got to create a culture of come to the sideline, celebrate on the sideline. Mm-hmm. Stop trying to celebrate on the field because you can put your hands up to celebrate, turn around, and the defender's there, and now you're doing it in his face. And it's up to shitty referees being their judgment. And if you're 20 yards away and I'm like this and I turn around and you're there, they don't know if I say, oh, my bad, bro, or if I go fuck your mom. Like, you don't know what I'm saying to you. And they see words exchanged, they're going to throw it because this is what they're being programmed to do. And I think as a coach, let's not put ourselves in a position for the referees to change the game. Get your boys, or your boy makes a play, grab it. It's third down, grab them, run to the sideline. We'll fucking celebrate over here where it's not taunting. Have the turnover chain. Have a sack hat. You know what I mean? Have interception gloves. Have whatever the fuck you want to have. But do it on the sideline.
Yeah.
Stop. You got to stop these kids, which is tough, right? Because we live in a world now of Instagram, Twitter. It's instant gratification. That they want to celebrate their plays instantly. Now, here's my question for the league. How the fuck is that taunting? But an entire defense running downfield, guys who weren't even on the field,
to the end zone, celebrating
for a fucking picture. That's not taunting. You're holding up the game with 17 guys in the end zone posing. That's not a penalty. That is the definition of taunting. Like, if that's not taunting, what is?
You bring up a good point right here, because it's like, what if you're talking about, because you're talking about when you showboat in another player's face, but that's still just as enough showboating when I got players who weren't even on the field of play, and they're running to the end zone, helmets off.
Showboating a player, you're showboating for the country. You're showboating for America, the league, the front offices. How is that allowed?
If you get a chance sometime this week, take a look at a recap of that game, because the refs were horrendous tonight. They were absolutely terrible.
Did you see the meme of the referee going to throw a flag, but they photoshopped it into a terrible towel where it looks like he's waving the terrible towel over his head? Like the ref is throwing the flag.
Man, Nick, if you would have watched this game tonight, you'd have been like, "What the fuck are y'all watching? What game are you refs watching?" Because they were absolutely horrendous. I mean, just to your point, they weren't protecting Justin Fields. I'm talking about it wasn't just one late hit that he took. It was a couple of hits. He took a hit. He did a late slide, and the cornerback came and put a forearm to the back of his neck. And I'm like, wow. I mean, like, what are we doing here, refs? Like, you want to see cats like Justin Fields play for a long time, but he can't play if he's getting hit like that, and you're not doing nothing about it. And it's crazy, because Justin Fields actually had a good game tonight. He actually had a good game tonight.
It looks like he's starting to come along. They threw the ball a little bit. I didn't see much of the game plan. But that's a tough place for a young quarterback to go play.
He plays better. He plays better off the run.
I mean, kid looked okay statistic wise. Like, I don't know how gameplay played out. I know you said he took a beating, but
he took a beating.
Kid's exciting, right? Like, the kid is once he figures out the pocket, it looks like outside of the pocket, he's got it figured out.
Yes,
he can run. That's the simple shit for him, using his athleticism.
You know what I think will be great for Nagy and Justin Fields to get this back on track and get this offense going?
A new coach.
Well, yeah, not just that.
That'd be great for Nagy. Tired, bro. You made enough.
Move the pocket.
Yeah,
move the
That's
pocket.
What we said from day one.
Justin Fields does great moving the pocket and throwing off his motion.
Yeah,
he does great on that. He threw a couple of footballs tonight. I'm like, okay, I see it. He still has some kind of couple bonehead moments, couple of them. But I mean,
you get that for the first 18 to 24 starts of any young quarterback.
Look, I mean, his stat line ain't the greatest. 17 to 29, 291, a TD and an interception.
But 17 for 290 is pretty impressive.
And that's what I'm saying. I'll take 290 from a rookie going into Pittsburgh against that defense.
Usually takes 24, 25 completions to get up that high. So was it catch and run, or was he hitting shit downfield?
So I'm looking at the receiving right now. Some of these guys actually do got some long passes. He hit a 50-yarder to Marquise Goodwin. David Mooney got a 20-yard. So Jimmy Graham got a 28-yard. So some of these catches are for big.
Jimmy Graham got 28 yards downfield.
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
He did.
Wow. What did Pittsburgh have 4 guys on defense on that play?
I say this. I don't think.
Go ahead.
I think Pittsburgh didn't put enough pressure on them. They only rushed for the most part that I saw, like 4 or 5.
Were they spying? Were they spying somebody?
Oh yeah. No, they were spying Justin. Okay. They were spying Justin because they definitely were scared of his running abilities. So that's why they only rushed 4 or 5, and they pretty much two-man zone for pretty much majority of the game.
Okay.
So in pretty much that middle linebacker just spied.
Which is what you wanted to confuse the young quarterback. You want to show him some different shit. Pittsburgh is mostly man and blitzing, right? Like, they're not blitzing, but they're all about their pressure.
Yeah.
But if you're dropping extra guys, it's some shit you haven't seen on film before.
Yeah, they end up with 3 sacks, but which
is like an off day for them. And we probably all would have took it over If I said it at 4.5 with Chicago Bears line, we would have took.
Hey, surprisingly, the Chicago Bears line did a decent job tonight. I'm not gonna
Montgomery
lie.
Back. How Montgomery?
Yes. Look, Montgomery, he only had 13 carries, 63 yards, so that's about 5 yards average. So that's not bad. I wish they would have fed him a little bit more. They probably abandoned the run a little bit too quick.
Being down, you had to.
But they had to. They were down majority of this game, so I understand
saw Montgomery get to the half-yard line, for it, and then I think then they scored on a pass play on a rollout, but then there was a penalty that pushed them back 10, 15 yards, and then they kicked the field goal. I think that was the second that made it 6.
This is why I'm saying this refereeing was horrendous. They called that Jimmy Graham touchdown back because they said that the offensive lineman blocked low on the defensive end. He didn't even touch him. He did go low, but he didn't touch him. So my thing is how can you call a low block if he doesn't touch him? They took a touchdown out the board, man.
Yeah, that changed the game too. You're talking
changed the game too.
You take a points off the board. 10-point win for the Bears with the 2 plays that changed the game.
They had to settle for a field goal for that, and that would have changed the game.
I saw that. That was in my old man, as you call me, nap. Well, once you lay down on the couch, man, when you hit a certain age, that's it. It's a wrap. It's like every day is like after Thanksgiving dinner when you hit a certain age.
Oh, matter of fact, hey, since you'll love this because we didn't get to Wild Card Mar top player tonight, but here it is. You'll love this.
Is it the play I think it is?
2nd and 11. Again out of the gun. Fields has the pass batted down and intercepted. It's more than just batted down. It's Cam Hayward. Already leads the NFL in batted down passes. And now he has the interception, and they'll celebrate in the end zone. It's a Pittsburgh party off the turnover.
Intercepted. First down.
What else do you need the big man to do? Here he is right here. He's just going to work his way this way, and they read the eyes of Justin Fields. Just trying to throw the ball underneath. The ball ricochets right into the big fella. As much as T.J. Watt, and deservedly so, gets the headlines, Cam Hayward is the heartbeat. When you watch him at practice,
2nd and
get some love.
Give
the big man some love.
I'll give the big man love, but I'm also throwing 18.
I saw that. I was waiting for you.
I'm throwing, I think, 18 or 19 taunting penalties. You're out in the park.
I was waiting for it, bro. I was waiting for you to. I was like, I know Nick gonna see it. I know Nick was gonna see it.
How is that not taunting?
I don't know, bro. Bro, there were at least 20 dudes out there. 20 plus. You only allowed 11 on the field. Not all of them 20 dudes was on the play. They weren't playing.
Let me ask you this: and I love big men making a play. I'm a defensive guy. I love the D lineman making an athletic play. Great for Hayward. He's a run-stuffing monster, but, man, making a play like that, hats off to him. But let me ask you this. You get an interception or a turnover, and you're allowed to run from the bench out onto the field of play and celebrate in the end zone, 70 yards away from where the play took place. Why aren't defenders, if one of our guys gets a sack on 2nd down, why isn't the whole sideline allowed to come out and dance with them behind the quarterback? Where do you draw the line? If you allow this stupid bullshit, how are you throwing a taunting penalty over anything else? This is the ultimate taunt.
I don't know how the NFL is gauging from standing over a player and talking and yapping to him. Where's the difference between showing up a team, your opposing team, by having damn near the whole sideline,
calling everybody to come with you? That's fucking taunting.
That's taunting on the ultimate level.
But you can't make eye contact. I
don't know what's up with the league with this whole taunting.
The competitive. What do they call it? The competitive, the competition committee got to really fucking look at this and be like, is this really what you guys want to do?
First of all, the NFL still have trouble determining what is a catch anyway. They're still trying to determine that. They still don't even have a definitive answer what pass interference is. But now you're trying to police taunting. Where's the line? I don't get the NFL sometimes when they do shit like this. I just don't get it sometimes.
Now we aren't privy to what was it? Marsh was his name. The guy. We're not privy to hear if he said anything like "fuck you." You know what I mean? Did he yell something like in his?
I don't know. There's a lot of mics on the field, man.
I know.
There's a lot of mics on the field.
I'm just saying, like I'm playing devil's advocate here. We're not
you can play all you want, but I'm saying you know if he would have said there's 1,000 mics on there. One of them would have caught something.
I know. I'm like I said, I'm playing devil's advocate. As much as I roasted the penalty, maybe something was said that we couldn't hear, and then the referee heard.
There's a possibility.
Maybe. But if you believe that, I got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn, brother. I'm being devil's advocate, but I'm also a realist.
All right.
Somebody's talking shit. Their head is like, fuck. You know what I mean? You're into it. You're passionate. You're in a moment of competitiveness.
Because I get it, because we both played ball. Is you can tell when I was never the one of being trying to show up another team. I would celebrate with my teammates and I might have a little banter, but I'm not going out of the way. It's because football's still mental, and you got to keep your mental in the game. And matter of fact, I need to pull up the stat. The Bears had
there's no way that shot is good.
Are
you watching the Laker game?
No, I'm not watching that bullshit.
They inbounded it from under the basket, threw it to half court. Carmelo was by the sidelines, went to spike it at the player's feet. 2.5 seconds. Gets to half court, misses the player. Ball bounces to half court. Monk catches it and hits a half court shot as the third quarter expires.
Wow, hey, they'll find a way, because
there's no way that was 2.4 seconds. That's pretty crazy.
Here's the penalty discrepancy. So the Bears had 12 penalties for 115 yards. Pittsburgh had 5 for 30. That's a huge disparity, man.
They should have had 23, because I saw 18 taunting penalties in that end zone. 23 for 1,040 yards.
Hey, but Matt Nagy, he's gonna coach his way out.
That's an issue. Both teams commit penalties. Both there's pass interferences. You can't have a discrepancy like that.
Pittsburgh was getting away with holds left and right, man.
Sure.
Oh, they was getting
away.
You know why?
Bills are free falling. Chiefs are free falling. Or free falling. They didn't even rise to fall. My bad. I didn't mean to teach you. But man, the Patriots aren't great. They've beat shitty teams. They beat the Jets twice. They beat the Texans, and they beat the Panthers. So don't tell me the Patriots are an elite team. They've beaten cupcakes. What a mediocre team should do. So the league is like, yo, we got to get somebody with a good following into the playoffs, because we're not going to have the Titans be our premier team. we need somebody that can draw a playoff market.
So here's Cassius Marsh is actually he's interviewing right now. I should turn it up, but we'll get to so looking at the AFC standings, and this is what I was talking about earlier on the 4:00 show. So if playoffs were to start right now, Tennessee be 1 seed, Baltimore 2, Chargers 3, Buffalo 4, Raiders 5, Pittsburgh 6, and Patriots at 7. So that would be your 7 seeds right there. Who would have thought that?
The Pittsburgh win. That's updated up to the minute.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, man, you think Titans and Ravens are on a collision course, unless Buffalo can fix themselves, because they haven't looked good. But I'd only see those 3 teams as I don't see.
Where's the separation at? You know what I'm saying? And that's
what Chargers, I think, are a year too early. I think they need a little more. I think they need maybe a little bit more development, coaching experience, another defensive piece.
Well, let's take a look at the Chargers schedule real quick. So they got Vikings coming up, and I would say that it's in LA. So I would probably say that's a victory.
If they're right, yes, but the Chargers have shown that they can be off. But if they're right, yes.
Then they also get Pittsburgh at home the following week. That's a winnable game.
They should be able to beat them.
Then they
impressive because you struggled with the Bears, and the
Yeah.
Bears have not looked good all year.
No, Bears haven't looked good. Then they get Broncos in Denver.
It can go either way.
Yeah, it can go either way. Then they go to Cincinnati.
That's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Looking what? That's what, first week of December, if I follow that right?
Yeah, first week of December, and that's in Cincinnati.
You're going to get Herbert in a cold weather game.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have two teams who are probably fighting for either Chargers division or who knows what the Bengals will be at that point. That's going to be one of those tell you something games. Dwight Howard just threw a pass 25 feet at a ref's head because he thought he was a player spotting up for three.
Only the Lakers.
They're a comedy, man. It's the best show in LA because you can laugh at it for 3 hours.
It's a comedy show for real.
It's not a drama anymore. It's the basketball version of The Office.
Oh my gosh, it's terrible.
But I think that'll be a good game to tell you, two young quarterbacks, two young superstar quarterbacks.
It's definitely
that would be a game
matchup.
I'd like to see.
Oh yeah, definitely a good QB matchup. After that, they got Giants at home. They should handle that business. Chargers go to Houston after that.
Another winnable.
I'm sorry. I apologize. So after the Giants, they get Chiefs in LA. Then they get Chiefs in LA, and that's actually a Thursday night game. So right after the Giants, they get Kansas City coming in town.
That's
short week. Then they go to Houston. Then they go back home against Denver and finish up in Vegas. Finish up in Vegas.
They don't have many definitive L's. Like I think it's all within them. I think they're a team that can control their destiny.
Yeah.
Right. You take care of the Raiders. You take care of the Chiefs. You take care of the Broncos. Your out of division games aren't killers. You got Houston in there. You got the Giants in there. You got the Bengals, who look like they could be sliding right now. So it's not. You're not playing the Rams, the Packers, the Titans. You're not. You don't have a killer schedule for the Chargers.
Yeah.
And if teams don't fix themselves within your division, they could cakewalk to a division. They could win 11 games probably and easily win that division.
Yeah. And like earlier when we went over the Titan schedule, I think they got a real favorable schedule down the stretch too.
Yeah.
So now that they're 7-2, like we said earlier, minimum 13 wins. Yeah. So
if they stayed the course, I could see them 14-3.
Oh,
I could see them 14-3 and the 1 seed in the AFC.
Yeah. AFC is jam packed because there's no definitive team right now. Possibly Tennessee is probably the only team that you look at them and be like, yeah, I don't want to see them. I don't want to see Tennessee in the playoffs. And it's crazy to think that's without Derrick Henry right now. And he's not a long shot from coming back for playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
No, the best thing in the world for them would be to be the 1 seed, get the and then you get Henry coming back for the divisional round.
That'd be huge,
right? And healthy, rested Derrick Henry showing up, getting 76 carries in the divisional round.
But the crazy thing is, you wouldn't have to give him a lot of carries. Just him being on the field is a threat.
You save him and you use him short down, goal line, and then you increase his role as the playoffs go on.
Oh yeah,
but if you're there and you're 14-3, you're 13-4, and you're the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Yes, it's great to have him back, but go with what got you there, and don't hurt him for next year.
And I bet you by the time playoffs, Adrian Peterson is going to actually be more effective in the run game. I mean, look, the man's
big. You hear it all the time. There's a big difference from being in shape
and game shape. Oh yeah.
And even throughout the game last night, you saw it. Collinsworth pointed it out early and said, and I know people hate them, but I don't mind Collinsworth. I think
I don't mind Collinsworth.
The one thing he does that I hate, he asks too many questions. When there's a review, does he get his feet down? Does he? No, asshole, we're looking for you to tell us what you see, not to ask questions to some ghost guy.
You're the analyst here, guy. Come on.
Yeah, analyze. Don't ask questions. Al Michaels asks you the questions. You give the answers. That's your job. But pay attention to that. Now that I pointed out, you're going to hate that. Does he get both feet down?
I hear it every Sunday night. Does he? Did he get his hands on it? Oh, yeah.
It's nails on a chalkboard, man. But
hey, which one you want? You want Collinsworth or you want Aikman and Buck? Which one you want?
I don't mind Aikman and Buck. I'm an AFC guy, don't forget. So I'm usually watching the Jets. So that normally Buck and Aikman, I don't mind them. I became a huge Joe Buck fan when Joe Buck was on the Howard Stern show and he did play-by-play of one of their side guys, JD, eating a sandwich. And I'll send you the link. Joe Buck does play-by-play of JD eating a sandwich, and I have been the biggest Joe Buck fan ever since. It's awesome. Like when he does interviews outside of the sports world, I really enjoy him. But I get people always hate on announcers, right? Because they think they're all
they know it all.
They think they're all what's the word I'm looking for? Like they have motive, or like or like they're rooting for or against somebody. But I
got you. Kind of like biased commentary.
Yes, bias. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it. Maybe I don't hear them as much because I'll watch the other games or I'll watch the red zone now. So I'm not getting a full broadcast from players a lot of the time, unless it's a Jet game or a national game Sunday night. But you saw Collinsworth yesterday. He pointed out early in the game, Peterson was running high. And he goes, once Peterson gets right, that pad level will drop. And then later in the game, his touchdown run,
he
dropped.
Got
low and he got in. So, as much as you can run sprints, do stairs, do high knees, there's a difference from getting out there and getting on the field and when you're running, getting hit, bouncing off of it, and then having to recoup and go forward. So I think Peterson is that he's the running back version of Tom Brady. It's like amazing that after all these years he can still do it at an elite level.
He's a genetic freak. I've never seen anything like Adrian Peterson. The way he came back from that ACL injury in 7 months, you're like, what? And then he ran for like 1,000+ yards that season too. Yeah. I'm like, geez.
Did you see the picture he gave his father and his son the jersey? His father looks like he'd go run for 450 in a season, man. The guy's got to be like 50, 60 years old.
It sounds like it's in the genes, man.
Like he was impressive.
Real quick, on the NFC side, you got Arizona would be the 1 seed, Green Bay 2, Rams 3, Tampa Bay 4, Dallas 5, New Orleans sneaks here and there at 6, and Atlanta sneaks in there at 7. I would have never thought that from the NFC.
So the matchups were what? Rams at Dallas, right? Because Dallas would be the 4. Dallas would be the division winner. Rams would be the wild card. Division winners get the top 4, and then there's 3 wild cards. So the Dallas would be 4 and have the home game against the Rams, who would be the top.
The wild card. Yeah, they would be because Arizona's in front of you.
Dallas so that the playoff game,
bro. If that was the case, that would be such a bad matchup for the Cowboys. That'd be a terrible matchup in the first round. You get the Rams. Oh yeah, and in Dallas, yeah, you're going home. You're going home.
Yeah,
you're going home. But
losing a game like yesterday for Dallas, their fans can say it's no big deal. But at the end of the year, when you miss out by 1 game of being a 3 seed and not having to play the Rams or the Cardinals, that top wild card team, you're gonna be like, holy shit, man, that fucking Bronco game ruined.
Yeah, matter because you don't want to
matter then.
You want to see them in a championship game. You don't want to see them in the first 2 rounds
on wild card weekend.
No, you're going home.
Yeah,
and you're at home.
that's it, man. You don't even got to get on a plane. You just drive.
No, just drive straight to your travel agent. No, go straight to your travel agent, and your travel agent is going to look at you and say, "Hey, Belize is real nice this time of the year, but you let me know where you want to go."
I'm calling this now. The Rams have been my Super Bowl pick the entire year. But week 1, Aaron Rodgers, they got blown out by the Saints, and they didn't lose a game up until this week when he wasn't there. Do not be surprised if this team, who is running the ball, playing defense, and they got one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. So you got the defense, you got the run game, which can always travel, and now you got one of the greatest talents to ever play the position. Yeah. This team could run the table and not lose all the way through February.
Well, they got
to be on a mission to prove everyone wrong, and they're a quiet little team in the middle of nowhere without big media presence. Rodgers gets the national attention, but you don't hear many bullshit stories coming out of Green Bay. They take care of their business week in and week out.
And then we talked about how that defense looks damn stout. They look good,
dude. If Rodgers played yesterday, that game was 40-13.
That game. First of all, I'm turning it off at halftime. Yeah. I wouldn't even watch the second half.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even watch it. The way that offense of the Chiefs,
they would have gassed them with the run because you couldn't play 11 guys up at the line against Aaron Rodgers. It's touchdown.
Oh no, you better have 3 safeties.
Yeah. So the Chiefs got gifted a gimme win that they had no business getting or deserving.
Not at all.
We know why. I don't want to get into why. We all know why.
No, we know.
It's been beaten to a pulp already. It's nothing we're going to say that hasn't been said. But I just think that this team, good veteran team, good locker room. They keep shit in-house for the most part. That's why nobody knew about Rodgers' status. They keep shit in-house. They got their mission. And I think pissing off this team could be the worst fucking thing that the league has done, because they will come out and they will be slaying motherfuckers the rest of the way.
Man, I'm telling you, the way that Packers team performed yesterday, and you already knew pretty much what was the anchor that was holding them back yesterday was Coach Jordan Love.
Yeah.
But if you just get at least just adequate play from him, they still win that game. Just adequate play.
You don't miss those 2 field goals.
That too. That is true.
2 field goals, you might win the game in overtime.
That is true. Because I mean, you end up losing by 6, so that's 6 points right there.
That's tied. And now maybe you force the Chiefs into a mistake because they got to throw the ball downfield.
Yeah, because they got to get in field goal range.
Exactly.
So, you're right.
Special teams lost that game for them yesterday. I know people are shitting on Jordan Love, but like I said, man, not everybody.
Because the guy ran into the football and gave Kansas City a short field, and still the Chiefs couldn't get a touchdown.
Yeah,
that's pathetic.
Not every roster has a Mike White, man, who just comes in and is like, "Oh, I've never started before."
The great Mike White.
Here's 4 bills. I'm gonna drop 4 bills.
Man, you gonna ride that Mike White train for a minute, ain't you?
That train is still going on Sunday. Robert Salah had a press conference today.
I think he's all right.
And said, about Wilson, if he's cleared, he'll play. But the way Salah worded it as, we don't want to push this injury, basically saying, even if they say he's cleared, hold up a minute. Let me see what Mike White can do before we give it back to this kid. Because the game was 7-7 when Mike White went out. And then it went off the rails for a little bit. And then by the time Josh Johnson got shit figured out, they were down by 4 touchdowns because the defense just shit.
I'm gonna throw something at you real quick, and because you're saying that if a quarterback comes back, now Russell Wilson just got cleared to come back, and I'm only saying that to say this, as in don't be surprised if Seattle sneaks into the playoffs. And I say this because I'm looking at their schedule right now.
Let me ask you this first before. I know the Rams and I know the Saints. Who's the 3rd wild card? Who's the 7 seed right now? I know you just read them all off. I got fixated on the Cowboy-Ram matchup.
No, so you're right. Arizona would be 1. Green Bay would be 2.
Tampa 3.
Dallas 4.
5.
And then so that's your division winners.
Rams with the top wild card at 5.
Yeah, Rams would be 5, Saints would be 6, and Atlanta would be 7.
Atlanta.
Yes, Atlanta.
Do Seattle's schedule. Even with Russell Wilson back, they didn't look good in the beginning of the year.
And I got you. I got you.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
But I say that because they're so if Atlanta's 4-4 and Seattle's 3-5, so they're right there at that last wild card spot. So don't be surprised.
And they got Green Bay Sunday.
Yeah,
that's 3-6.
Yeah, so they got Green Bay
3-6.
Yeah, they got Arizona
3-7.
Okay, Washington
4-8, 4-7.
San Francisco.
I can't give it to a gimme. It's a toss-up. Divisional game.
But it's in Seattle, so I'll give them that advantage.
Okay, 5-7.
Houston
6-7.
LA Rams
6-8.
Chicago Bears in Seattle.
All right, 7-8.
Detroit Lions
7-8-1.
You ain't shit, dog.
8-8.
And they finish up the season in Arizona, but the way that Arizona's playing, that they're already seeded.
You can't say that because if Green Bay is running the table, Green Bay has the tiebreaker.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So if it could be, you got to win out if you're Arizona, because I think Green Bay is going to run the table. So yeah. Arizona, if you want that bye, you want that home field, you're going to have to win every week.
You're going to have to play it.
There's no off weeks because you lost that game.
That's fair. Fair point.
To the statue of AJ Green, which is now permanently placed in the end zone.
Bro, just think about it. If AJ just turns around, they're still undefeated.
Fuck that, because all they had to do was throw it to Christian Kirk, and I would have hit a $5 parlay for like $1,200. I'm like, throw it to Kirk. Throw it to Kirk. All they had to do, because Kirk would have hit the over on the yards and the touchdown anytime score, and I would have. That was the only thing the two that I missed. That touchdown. Good. I'm glad they fucking lost that game.
All I'm saying is, don't be surprised if they might sneak in a wild card. Do you have trust in that Saints offense right now?
No, but I trust the Saints defense more.
But they're gonna have to score. The Saints defense gonna have to score.
That defense can score.
That is true. That is true. Anytime you can pick six Brady, you're right. They can score, but they're gonna have to do it though. I don't know.
I just don't think. All right, bring up the Saints.
Well, okay. Maybe not even the Saints they have to catch. They got to catch Atlanta because Atlanta's sitting there at their final spot, and they're one game back.
And it'd probably be a tiebreaker, right? You're probably looking at both teams being 8 and 9.
Yeah,
Atlanta. You don't see Atlanta being more than a 500 team. You know, even yesterday they're up 24-6, and they almost lose that game. Like, what the fuck? How do you constantly blow leads? Like, it's insane. So the one lead you have against the Jets, you hold easily, you motherfuckers.
So this what Atlanta has left. They go to Dallas.
They're 4-4 right now, right?
4-4. They go to Dallas.
4-5.
At home against New England.
I think they can get New England because Ryan's not a young quarterback. He's seen the Belichick shit before. But I'll give that game to New England right now on paper. But I wouldn't be surprised if Pitts gives Belichick fits.
True.
So 4-6.
Go to Jacksonville.
5-6.
Home against Tampa Bay.
5-7.
Go to Carolina.
6-7.
Go to San Francisco.
6-8. Rough trip cross country like that.
Home against Detroit.
6-8-1. All right, 7-8.
Go to Buffalo.
7-9.
Finish up against New Orleans at home.
All right, so they could be 7-10.
And we just went through Atlanta and
Yeah.
went through Seattle's schedule. I'm saying don't be surprised.
There's
They
a
just
chance
got to catch Atlanta.
all 3 wild cards, Rams, Seahawks, Niners, come out of the West. Like the whole
But I'm saying, like, just if they're only one game back from that 7th seed, which is Atlanta, they're 4-4. Seahawks are 3-5. They're getting their quarterback back.
All right. So basically, what you're telling me, and we formed a good enough relationship here where we both know what the guy is going to say. What you're telling me is I need Odell to go to Seattle so he ruins any chances of this team being good the rest of the way out.
They've been linked.
Cue the anchor. All I'm
saying, they've been linked. Russell's coming back. He's coming back at the right time for this little last few.
If I
few
want the
weeks
Jets
of
to have a better draft pick, I need Odell to go there.
He's gonna go there.
I need Odell on a boat in Seattle with Tyler Lockett and DK.
They asked Pete Carroll today, and he said you'll have to see. So he didn't deny it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't shy away from it. He didn't say no. He didn't shut it down immediately. He just said you just got to watch. You just got to see and wait. So he's not. I'm telling you, they're not taking that off the table. They're thinking about it. They're looking at it.
I mean, to me, it doesn't move the win needle because you still can't stop the run. You still can't defend the pass. You still can't run block. So you already have loaded talent at wide receiver, and you're not. You're 3-6. So
all I'm saying, man.
I know.
I'm not trying to ruin your draft prospects. All right. But I'm just saying.
Do this shit in the afternoon show. I don't need this.
When he get look,
I'm gonna have nightmares of picking 20th.
It makes a difference at quarterback position. Just ask Green Bay right now. Just ask them if your quarterback makes a difference between your all-time starter and a guy that you drafted. I mean, Russell Wilson, he's a top 10 quarterback. You put him back in there, it'll change that offense. But they still got to figure out how to run the ball. And just like you said on defense, they got to stop the run, and they got to find a way to defend it. But you heard it here first. I'm just saying, don't be surprised they sneak in and get that 7.
I've been scheduled peeking them the whole year. That's why I was hoping. I mean, this game's a loss with or without Russell. The Packers are coming out. If Rodgers is clear, he's gonna fucking put 50 up on that fucking shit defense.
He should, but I will say this: you saw how Dak looked after missing a game and not having that timing and connection with it. He was off with his receivers, so I don't know if that time might hurt or just do his body good just to rest up. But I don't know. We'll see.
Receivers have been at Rodgers' fucking house every goddamn day.
They've been practicing.
They in the backyard. They're running plays without the receivers at practice because the receivers and the tight ends and Aaron Jones are at Rodgers' house, and he's out there like Dr. Emmett Brown in Back to the Future in fucking hazmat gear throwing passes. They're good. I'm not. They don't do protocol out there in the red states, bro.
Yeah. All right, last 7 minutes of the show, and I got another clip for you, and I definitely need your coaching hat on this one. So go ahead, take a look at the clip, and when we get done with the clip, put the coach hat on. All right.
All right.
Real Cristobal, former offensive lineman at the University of Miami, where he won a couple of national championships. Here's Jackson on the return and pushed out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. Let's check out our Nissan Heisman watch. Coach Lake. Really, one of the coaches there is getting his players back.
It's one of those things, and right here you look at Jimmy Lake. He's
he's making sure that his guys stay back. Oh wow! Taking matters into his own hands. Pass complete to Jalen McMillan.
He had something in his hand, right? Like it's a little grainy on my hand. He had a plaything, right? Like when he's running up in that hand. So his hand is closed. It looks like a punch, but I think he hit him with the thing in the head. So I got no issue with it.
He got suspended of 1 game for that.
I'm sure he did. We live in a fucking crazy world where everyone overreacts about shit. But I mean, that's not me. That's not my style. Like, I'm an old school throwback coach. You do stupid shit.
You ride the bench.
Win
You ride the
stupid
bench.
right?
Yeah.
Like, you're on the sideline. It's a kickoff. It gets over there. Back the fuck up. Like, well, why are you trying to get in somebody's face and create something when you're not involved? You're not the guy hit. There was no other flags other than you guys on the sideline not knowing your job at that time, which is back the fuck up, get out of the way, make sure no one's knee gets rolled up on and no one gets unnecessarily hurt. I got no issue with you taking a fucking piece of paper
and smacking him on the head.
That's laminated and smacking a guy with
a helmet on.
Come on, that's just giving into outrage, I think. And I think that's
I think that's the reason why he gets that 1 game suspension, because there's going to be parents that's not going to feel that. And I understand, because you don't want that abusive culture for a young man to deal with that when he's there to be a student athlete, and I get that part. But he's not literally socking the kid in the head. He's not shaking him. He's not coaching him. At most, he's trying to get his attention and be like, yo, what are you doing? Don't get involved with stupid shit.
Let me ask you this. You see this all the time. Guy makes a good play, comes off the field. Coach has the same thing in his hand, hits him on the back of the head as he's walking by with a good play.
Yeah.
What's the fucking difference? Optics.
That's How does it look? How does it look?
That pay attention. You'll see it a dozen times if you watch football Saturday and Sunday.
Oh yeah.
A coach will have a laminated sheet in his hand or his play call sheet, and as the player runs by, you hit him on the ass, you hit him on the back of the helmet. Nice play, good tackle, kid.
And that's what I needed your coach opinion, because
at all.
I'm looking at that and I get you don't want to have no Bobby Knight shit. You choking your players, of course. That you don't want that. This ain't that.
You got a helmet on and it's a laminated piece of paper. Like when my kids make a big play, they got a turnover, they score a touchdown, they come to the sideline. I run out and I jump it up with them.
Yeah.
What are you gonna have, outrage? He sent his shoulder into a 12-year-old kid. Like, shut the fuck up, man. Sometimes, listen, and it's different. I coach passionately. I coach with passion. So good, bad. I'm gonna be in your face. I'm gonna tell you when you made a mistake, but I'm gonna build you up. And I think that's some cupcake shit right there, man. That is some fucking.
Now, I get you don't want your coaches being physical towards your players, but that to me that's not physicality in such an egregious way. You know what I'm saying? That's literally trying to get that man's attention because he's about to cost a penalty. Because
get your head in the game.
Get your head in the game.
How many times you see them come over? They talk to someone, they're holding their head, and then they hit their helmet like 3 times. Like, let's go. The fuck? Yeah. That's worse than hitting somebody with a. It's optics. It's just.
Hey, Corey hit it right on the head. He stopped his player from being an idiot.
Get your head in the game. Same. I'm on the same lines with you, Corey. There ain't nothing wrong with that whatsoever, except for the fact that people who probably aren't involved with football go on Twitter, and the school catches some momentum, snowball downhill. We got to react to this. We got to. Stop it. Stop this shit. It's okay as an organization, a school, sometimes just to say, hey, we got no issue with it.
It's okay.
And it's okay to tell people we're not giving in to your tears. And that goes for every aspect of life, not just sports.
I agree with you. I think that was a pressure call for them to keep the noise down. And look, do what you do, but sometimes, like you said, as an organization, look at the footage for yourself. And the administration said they did extensive talks with the coach and the player. And I'm willing to bet, because they're not releasing that, but I'm willing to bet that player probably wasn't even thinking that he was in any type of situation that he was being disrespected or being demeaned or being abused. You know what I'm saying?
There's no way any rational sports fan can take that out of looking at that clip. Now, if you are just someone who
wailing on the guy, or
then that's your thing, and you look for any flaw in anybody, and the cancel culture, right? Like you're just looking to go after somebody when there's not much there. You know, I know you said we want to keep that. Give me 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Did you see Jokic tonight?
Yeah, I just saw the pic he had.
Oh man, well, he got hit by Morris in the side, and he went back. Now, if the Washington coach hit his player the way
like
Jokic hit Morris,
here we got something to talk about.
Done. You're fired. You know,
they'll probably fine or suspend Jokic.
Definitely. Yeah.
The NBA is they're not a contact league no more. They're not.
No. They will. There's going to be something to come out of that.
Oh yeah.
But you know what, man? The Morris shot was cheap. You're at half court and you go into. I'm not saying Jokic is right.
Yeah.
But I understand.
And on that note, we're going to end it right there, folks. Again, great show, Late Night Owl, I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl edition with myself, Wildcard Mar, and the homie Big Nick. Man, appreciate you, brother.
No worries, man. Thank God for the snooze fest. Allowed me to stay up late.
Be good, man. I'll talk to you later.
Right, talk, man. Be good. Peace.
All right, folks. Another episode in the books. Appreciate everybody chopping it up with your boy. Again, if you are up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, and you love sports, come chop it up with me. I'm here Monday through Thursday, every midnight. Well, technically Tuesday to Friday. Either way, I'm here. But no, I appreciate all the stuff. All right, Corey, man, be good, man. Y'all go check out Corey Chan and the rest of the Man Down podcast crew on your Facebook page and the YouTube page. Go show them some love. We do many collaborations with them. But no, hey, it's been real. God willing, we'll be here tomorrow again, episode 110. But 109 is in the books. So come check me out. Peace, y'all.
Let's get it. Let's go. Let me get serious this time. Yo, I'm on my God of War shit. All the war spits, let the bass kick, nigga, feel the fucking floor lift. Watch your pores rip from these razor blade fingertips. Smoke hit your face like a hammer fist. Outstanding with suicidal flow. Nose diving to a free fall. Speedball, cannonball, jerking out on Adderall. I just watch the bodies fall. Supercharged like Dragon Ball. When I spit this fire out my mouth, you hear the dragon skull. Daily witness posted and just off of this and woven silk. Grind the rappers flesh in the syrup and call it muscle milk. Some nutritious, my hunger forever endless. I'm vicious and bloodthirsty, my nigga. I handle business pretentious, I leave them injured. Eating chickens for dinner, underground like not the splinter. Then hibernate for the winter. Illiterate, so I can give a fuck about the sentence. Belligerent, so I don't give a fuck about repentance. Johnny plays with a bag of haze, over roast spirits. I'm forced to be reckoned with when I'm beating all limits. These lyrics are packed with venom. Rattlesnakes in the kitchen, cooking the recipes full of poison. I leave them finished.
Come to punches, yo, I only land in threes. These thick fried MCs is copping plan B. Never was an M fan, they can't stand me. Been dope since before Hope sampled Annie. If it's smoke, I ain't gon' blame the jammy. Cause smoke, my hands is nicer than your granddaddy. Don't spar unless you a piece and a half. If you same boat when I put beat on the track, I fuck MCs up, I'm bringing evil back. Yea, though I walk through the valley, I push it. They gon' find rappers that got at me in my footprints. The embodiment of cocaine and no-dos. I got a habit of pulling souls through nose holes. Open your old hole, sugar, you sweet. If it's BP, I'll bring it to your door like Uber Eats.
Deliver a fade to all you niggas, I just wanna unload. Basking and scream on my foes, find a way to compose. The ashes play up my throat, pull them fuse with the dope. Blow a ring of the smoke, never rise all the small fires, wash them down with a coke.
Viciously viscous, I flow like rape whispers. You wishless spitters or meet the Big Dipper. Front away, bitch, you ain't clapping shit. Keep playing G, the mask don't fit. You tonic water MCs minus the flavor. I'm the illest since my mom went into labor. Sick with it, slick with it, punchlines is a major. You motherfuckers to sit back.